For the ones who know me, my name is Kamalneet Singh. And for the ones who don't know me, my name is still Kamalneet Singh. The name doesn't change, right? Now, I invite the person sitting in your seat to participate in a very, very powerful exercise, which is going to make a huge difference in your life. Are you ready? Are you ready? Now, I'm sure all of you have seen a gun, right? So make a gesture like a gun. Make a gesture like a gun. Don't worry, we are not doing any terrorist activity. Make a gesture like a gun. Join your thumbs. Bring it right in front of your face. Separate it around your shoulders. And we will do a count of 8, wherein on 1 it will go up and 2 it will come down, and we'll keep doing that. Are you ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, a lot of you did not realize, all of you just did Bhangra, right? And Bhangra is a very, very popular dance form all across the world and comes from India. Now, I see a big smile on your face, and now that I see that, I have some questions for you. Though I know this is not a classroom, but I still got some questions for you. Are you ready? How many of you would want your kids to be really successful, or you would want your nieces and nephews to be very successful? Raise your left arm up. How many of you would want your kids or nieces or nephews to be good human beings? Raise your right arm up. And how many of you would want your kids, nieces or nephews to be successful as well as good human beings? Raise both your arms up. You greedy people, you look arrested. Now, everybody wants their kids to be really happy, successful, and good human beings. In fact, every parent, every teacher, every educator has this one goal that, my child should be really successful and eventually become a good human being, isn't it? Now, if that's the goal, what are we really doing about it? Are we really doing something about it? Or are we just leaving it to a chance? I would want you to recall the word chance. Are we leaving the success of our child to chance? Are we leaving their happiness to chance? Are we leaving they becoming good human beings to a chance? I would really want you to consider this. And let me tell you a quick story. On a big mountain side, there laid a nest with 4 big eagle eggs, 4 big eagle eggs. And one fine day, the mountain was rocked with an earthquake, and one of the eggs tumbled down the mountain and went down the valley. And at the bottom of the valley, there was a poultry farm. Now, as the egg entered the poultry farm, the chickens noticed that it's an egg that has fallen from the mountain, and there was an old hen with its intuitiveness, decided that we must as a chicken family, should take care of this egg. And all of them moved towards the egg, and they knew that the egg will soon hatch. One fine day, the egg hatched, and a beautiful eagle was born. But the eagle took birth, according to eagle, in a chicken family. And all it saw around was chickens. Now, it realized that there is some difference, but the eagle was not really able to identify because all it saw was chickens around. Now, one fine day, the chicken family was playing, and the eagle saw eagles flying in the air. And this eagle looked at the chickens and said, I wish I could fly like these birds in the air. And listening to this, all the chickens laughed and they said, you are a chicken. Behave like one. You can never soar in the sky. And over a period of time, this kept on repeating, and the eagle believed that it's actually a chicken. And over a period of time, left its dream of flying and doing things beyond its comfort zone. And there came a time, one fine day, that eagle died as a chicken. The eagle died as a chicken, not even knowing that it was an eagle. Now, when you listen to this story, and I would want you to connect this to our kids, our nieces, our nephews, younger lots in the country and in the world. A lot of times, they know that they can do so much around them, around their life, but people from outside, the outside voices, force them to become a chicken. Every child has an eagle within them, if only we give them the wings to fly. If only we give them the wings to fly. Now, if you look at this, this gentleman, Frederick Douglass, put it in a very, very beautiful way. And I've been spending all these years working with kids, and that's my mission, that we should make a difference at an early age. Frederick Douglass says that it is easier to prepare strong children than to repair broken men. Now, what it means is that whatever can be done at an early age, and if it is done the right way, it has a long-term impact. And science says that whatever goes into the mind of a child till 16 serves till 60. So 16 years, they have an impact till 60 years. Now, let me show you a very small demonstration. I don't have a magic for you, but I have a small demonstration. Okay. Now, you see this stick, right? Now, connect this with the life of a child, connected with the environment, connected with what a child goes through. Now, imagine if I bend the stick. If I bend the stick, now it will never come back to its original position. It will never come back to its, how hard I may try, it does not come back to its original position. Now, what I mean by this is that when a child is struggling and something goes wrong in a child's life, it's very difficult for a child to come back to its original potential. And that's what beautifully was put by Frederick Douglass, and that's what I wanted to demonstrate. Now, some of you were expecting that I'll probably pull out a parrot or a pigeon. I did not have that. Now, each of us had, has a child within us. And if you look back at our own life, how many of you would agree that, when we were young, had we had the right skill set, the right mindset at an early age, it would have made a difference? Yes? And I see a lot of hands going up. Now that did not happen for us. It is important that we ensure that our kids, our generation across the world, the younger generation studying in the classrooms or maybe the playrooms, who will eventually enter the life rooms and the boardrooms, they're very well taken care of. Now, how do we really do that? And before that, let's understand that where do we stand today? Where do we really stand today? WHO says that depression is on the rise. Depression is on the rise. About 264 million people across the world suffer from depression. 264 million people, it's not a joke. In India, 1 in 4 teenagers suffer from depression. That is 25%, 1 in 4. Suicides are shooting through the roof. Suicide is known to be the number 2 leading cause of death across the world between the age group of 15 to 29 years. And every single year, about 8 lakh people lose their life because of suicide. 8 lakh people, 800,000 people. In India alone, very unfortunately, India has the highest suicide rate amongst the 10 Southeast Asian countries. 10 Southeast Asian countries, and we are leading for a very wrong reason. And you know what? All of this begins at an early age. If that tender age, if the early age, things can be taken care of, a lot of issues, including depression, including suicide, including anxiety, including bullying, can be taken care of if only we start early. You would all agree that, if you look at your own life and you see kids around you, when was the last time that you wanted to say no, but you ended up saying a yes? When was the last time when you would see a child around who really wanted to do something, but he held himself back? When was the last time when you saw a child who really wanted to look at things in a positive way, but then he could not really focus on the positivity and focus on the negativity? When was the last time you saw a child fully expressing the way he wanted to and not the way the society wanted him to? That's where we stand today. And I have gone through this stage. As a child, I was shy, underconfident, introvert, and I did not have belief in myself. And that led to a decision in my life, and I wanted to take a career decision. I decided to take up kitchen as a work department. I became a cook just because I wanted to hide behind the kitchen so that I don't have to interact with people. Now, if I had been taught the right things at the right age, I might have had a very, very different decision about my life. Now, this is where we really stand today. Now, we want our kids to be the best, maybe in academics, but what about academics will come to an after a certain age, but then Eventually, they will step into the real life. Are we really preparing them for the real life? You know, you ask parents when they want their kids to be a good chess player, they get him a chess coach. When parents want their kids to be good at basketball, they get them a basketball coach. When they would want them to be good at swimming, they get them a swimming coach. And of course, a lot of coding is being talked about. When they would want them to be good at coding, they get them a coding coach. But what about decoding? What about all the wrong codings that has gone inside? What about decoding? And if you don't decode at the right time, at the right age, there are repercussions that they will pay for a long period of time. You and I, we got the same goal. Be it a teacher, be it a parent, be it an educator. Everybody wants that their kids should not go through what they went through. I don't want the kids to go through what I went through. And a lot of times, I see kids in the classrooms and I ask them that how many of you believe that you will be really successful in life? The hands don't go up. When I ask them that how many of you would really want to be successful, I see about 40 hands going up in a classroom. But when I ask them that how many of you are dead sure that you are going to be really successful in your life, just about 7, 8 hands go up, just about 20%, because something comes in between, something holds them back. If we do not take care of those issues, those minor issues, they will become the major issues in their life. And, kids have been taught to look at life as A to Z. If you ask them, you ask any child, can you say A to Z in less than 5, 7 seconds? And each child will be able to say, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I'm sure you're thinking that this has become a mini classroom. But life does not work like A to Z. Life works in a reverse way. Life throws reverse. Life can backfire. Life can demand a Z to A from you. Are the kids prepared for Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A? That's what they really got to be prepared for, because real life does not work in a linear way. It can work in any way. So what is the real solution? What is it that we can do? All these years I've been working with teachers, kids, and parents, and I see that life skills, preparation for life, is the real solution that will take care of our kids in the real way, which will really make a difference in their life. I feel that we should be preparing kids for the big exam called life and not just the academic exam. And how do we really do that? So now look at life skills as something, it is as good as oxygen to a body, and it is equivalent to success. Life skills is equivalent to success, and let me give you a very brief idea on the same. WHO talks about it, World Economic Forums talk about it, UNICEF talks about it, but only talking about it does not help. It has to be implemented at the ground level so that each child should be in a position to make a huge difference to his own life and to lives of people around him. So what life skills are we really talking about? We're talking about, social skills. How many of you remember that you were shy during your school days? I see a lot of hands going up. Did anybody come to you? And a lot of people would actually laugh on. I was laughed at. And who came to you and said, hey, you are shy, let me help you? Hardly any support back then. But now things are happening. We're talking about emotional skills. We're talking about thinking skills. These are the skills that will really make a difference in a child's life. And let me give you an example. How many of you have been rejected in some way or the other? Married people? Okay, so otherwise also, rejection is a part of life, but freedom from fear of rejection is a life skill that each child must be taught, because rejections will happen. How will the kids handle rejection is going to play an important part. We have to make decisions at every single point in life. I made a wrong decision in my life because I was not very clear. How many of you think that making decisions is an important part of our life? But have we been taught as to how to make decisions? Do we know of a decision-making formula? That's the need of the hour. That's what the kids need to learn. With the changes in technology, with life moving so fast, there is so much of stress. How many of you are stressed? How many of you are stressed? Married people only raise their hands? Okay, I'm just joking. So stress can come from different walks of life, but it is our duty to prepare the kids to handle stress, because I don't believe that stress will not happen. It will happen, but it is important so that the kids can deal with it. What are the other things that kids need to learn? They need to learn about emotions management. They need to learn about problem solving. We all face problems all day long. Kids need to learn about the art of problem solving. How many of you have been criticized? Criticized? I see a lot of hands going up. Uh, everybody, almost everybody gets criticized for something or the other. The way you talk, the way you walk, something or the other. But it's important that kids be taught the art of handling criticism. Very, very crucial. Kids must learn. How many of you procrastinate? I think majority. I see, and I can think about the morning alarms. You know, everybody uses the snooze button. I think that's in a way it's procrastination. Uh, Helping kids to learn about procrastination is an important aspect. Uh, Saying no. A lot of times we say yes, and then inside we feel guilty. Why did I say yes when I really wanted to say no? So that's a life skill that kids must be taught at an early age. Handling peer pressure, it's going to be all around. A lot of kids, data says that a lot of kids use tobacco, they use alcohol, they do things that they don't want to do, but they do it under peer pressure. Isn't it important that we teach our kids to learn and manage peer pressure? Money. Next subject. How many of you would want to make some money? I'm not giving it to you. Everybody would want to make some money to contribute in their life in whatever way. But are the kids taught about money? Not really. They get out of the school and the college and they're wondering as to how do I really make money. Financial wisdom is a crucial skill that each child must be taught. Failing. How many of you have failed in life? Everybody. But a lot of kids, when they fail, they lose hope, they lose heart, and that also becomes a huge reason for depression and anxiety and so many other things. Learning to fail and fail forward is a life skill that we must teach our kids. Very, very crucial. Confidence, and we are going through a huge crisis. Pandemic is going on, and being optimistic and having confidence during crisis is a skill that our kids need to learn early. How many of you have been bullied? My God, I think looks like that we're all in the same boat. Dealing with bullies. There are better ways to deal with a bully than to, hit and probably abuse. Learning to deal with bullies is an important skill that kids must be taught at an early age. Teamwork. Communicate with anyone, anywhere, anytime. These are the skills that our kids must be taught at an early age. And if you don't teach them these, they will probably contribute to one of the numbers that I was speaking about early. We don't want them to go into depression. We don't want them to go into anxiety. We don't want them to feel left out. What you and I could not do, we must ensure that our kids should be able to do everything that they want to. I don't want the kids to go through what I went through, and I would want to leave you on a final note. Let's prepare our kids for the real exam called life and not just academics. Thank you very much.